We are in the Chozo Ruins in the Hive Totem. Missile expansion acquired. Ruined Gallery. Right here, there's a breakaway wall. Use a missile on it. And you will get another missile expansion. There's another one that we're going to come back for later in here. But you need the orb power, the ball power to go into this tunnel. We don't have that yet. In the Watery Hall access, there's a missile expansion that's easy to miss. Right here. In the Burn Dome, there's a secret room. Right after you get the Morph Ball Bomb, go behind, and you can grab your missile expansion. At the Ruined Shrine, there is a hidden access in one of the corners. You can get this one pretty early on. Later, we're going to come back here with the spider ball and get even more. At the landing site, there's a hidden detail behind the ship. So go behind the ship. There's a missile expansion back here. I just love this one. At the ruined nursery, there's one right here. To get it, you need to climb into here first. Go ahead and destroy that block. And then come back over here. Destroy this one. Go through the whole path. And go around the corner behind this pillar. And you can get your missile expansion. At the ruined gallery, we already got this one before. There was a breakaway wall there. But now that we have the morph ball and the morph ball bomb, we can jump into here and get another missile expansion. 2 in 1 room. In the vault, there's a missile expansion. To get this, you need to use a jump bomb boost, and you need to do that to all 3 of these entrances. You'll need to break the gates on these first 2 before you go inside. That opens up this cube. And go ahead and grab your prize. Missile expansion acquired. At the Triclops pit, there is another expansion here. Go into this tunnel. What you want to do is you want to take a right. Go ahead and lay some bombs behind you. Don't get too close to these little grabbers. They must be Triclops because they're called Triclops pit. Then you can go up here. I think it's in here. Oh, it's not actually in the Triclops pit. I gotcha. So it's a missile expansion. And it's actually in the storage cavern off of the Triclops pit. There we go. In Talon Overworld, Transport Tunnel B has a secret. So there's this bridge, but that's just steam. It's not actually painful. There's no warning sign to indicate danger down here. And underneath, there's a missile expansion. In the Ruined Shrine, now that we have the boost ball, we can get another missile expansion. So on the right side, you want to go into this little hole. Boom. And we will be back at the Ruined Shrine when we have the spider ball. In the main plaza, now that we have the spider ball, we can get this one. Missile expansion acquired. At the Fiery Shores, there is a morph ball missile expansion. So approach it from this side, and then you have to go on this catwalk. Be careful and go slow, and you should be able to get the missile expansion. We are in the Research Lab Aether. Here there is both a missile expansion and an energy tank. So for the missile expansion, you want to go up here and follow this. Slower is always better, especially in this game where precision is rewarded. Very few times do you have to do it based on a timeline. And then, so that's the missile expansion. Right here, just use a missile, and you get your energy tank. Nice. That'll be good. And whenever you get an energy tank, kind of fun little bonus, it replenishes all of your life. The missile expansion only gives you 5 missiles, so not sure why they decided one and not the other. Let me kill this little Metroid here. Come on. Ah! There we go. In Research Lab Hydra, there's a really easy missile expansion to miss, and it's in the top level. It's this cylinder, but the reason why it's easy to miss is you can't see it, and you get the super missile after you leave this room. But there's kind of a key here, key hint. Whenever you scan something that says cordite, cordite is what you're looking for. So whenever you see cordite, that means use your super missile. That's going to break it, and then you are rewarded with your super missile. Okay, it's not really a super missile. It's a missile. Increases your capacity by 5. But still, lets you shoot 1 super missile. In the main plaza, there's a really tricky one that's really easy to pass. In this tree, there's a little stump wood or whatever branch. You have to use a super missile. There's a missile expansion in there. Go ahead and climb up to the top, and then you want to use your double jump to land right on top of it. Nice. I seem to forget about this one. This one's a tricky one. At the ruined fountain, there's a pretty clever missile expansion. So you need the spider ball for this one. Go into the fountain, and the fountain will launch you up to the ceiling, and then you use the spider ball track to go all the way through this tunnel. Fall down, and you can get your missile expansion. It's such a tease because you can see it from here fairly early on in the game, but you can't get it until you have the spider ball. At the dynamo, there are 2 missile expansions that we're going to get. So first, there's one behind this. You need a super missile to break this one open. Once it's broken, you can grab your first missile expansion. The second one you need the spider ball for. I think there might be a little bug here you need to watch out for, but then get your second missile expansion. So, pretty cool. Double header, 1 room. In the gathering hall, there's one at the very top of the room. So right above this door, you can jump on this red platform, then double jump. So this requires the double jump. Then use a ball bomb, and you can access the missile expansion. In the crossway, there is a missile expansion. So there's this cordite emblem. Whenever you see the cordite name, use a super missile. Then go ahead and scan that. It's going to say something behind the wall has been activated. So now that we're here, we're going to use our boost ball to grab that high up track. There we go. We're going to use a bomb to pop ourselves into there. Activate that. I don't know if this is a timed one or not. Nope, I guess not. Maybe the next part is the timed part. So, I think it's a little counterintuitive when to use the boost ball. You kind of use it on the way up and out rather than on the way down or across. So now we just fall directly down into the elevator. There's a little bit of a timer there, but I don't know how long they'll give you. It seems pretty easy to get. You go left, and you get to the missile expansion. In Talon Overworld, at the Overgrown Cavern, there is a missile expansion. But to get there, you have to go through the Hall of the Elders, the Reflecting Pool, and then go through this elevator. That's going to bring you all the way over here to this Transport Tunnel C and the Overgrown Cavern. Once you're here, go ahead and scare away the vines and grab your reward, Missile Expansion. At the frigate crash site, right here, there is a missile expansion in the water. You go into the water, you're going to need the gravity suit for this. On the left, right here, once you have the gravity suit, you should be able to double jump and get your missile expansion. In Talon Overworld, at the crash site, at the biohazard containment, there is a storage container, I guess, that if you use a super missile on, you can break the shell and claim a missile expansion. Inside the main quarry, right here at the top, there's this crane that you need to energize. So first, use your thermal visor and your wave beam. That's going to power up this computer. Once the computer is powered up, you can use your scanning visor to activate the crane. The crane is going to swing around and expose a missile expansion in the wall. But at the same time, it's going to align this spider ball track. So use the spider ball track that's now connected to the crane, drop down onto the top of this crane, right here, and then use a jump to get your missile expansion. Inside of Elite Research, right here, there is a missile expansion at the top. So to progress in the story, you have to activate this drill, which will open up these walls. You need to go into this boost ball rotation and rotate it, what is that, 270 degrees, so that it goes left, and then use a bomb to pop out, and you activate the drill again using this red. That's going to open up this one and get you your missile expansion. Inside Elite Control Access, it's probably one of my favorite missile expansions because if you destroy this, a dead space pirate comes out. I just love that. It also opens this cool grate that has a missile expansion inside. It reminds me of like those 007 games, you know? It's like, no, you found the secret. Inside the Phazon Processing Center down here, there's a hidden missile expansion. So right here, if you drop off this ledge, there's kind of a 9 block that seems out of place. It also has a light on it. You can use a power bomb and get your missile expansion. Pretty fun one there. Now that we have power bombs, a lot of places that we couldn't get to before are accessible. So in Security Access A, there's this breakable wall right here that we are going to use a power bomb on. Go around the corner and you get missile expansion. Right by the Life Grove, in the Life Grove tunnel, there is a missile expansion. You need to go on this half pipe, and this half pipe is a little bit tricky because it's not super smooth, but if you get to the top, go ahead and lay a bomb, and then you can drop through the hole and get a missile expansion. There you go. There is a missile expansion in the Great Tree Chamber right here. This is kind of a tricky one to get. You can get it as soon as you get the X-ray visor. You can actually get it before. Right here, your ice and other beams will hit a platform that you can't see. You can stand on this platform. You can see the rain is dripping down. So you don't need the X-ray visor. The X-ray visor doesn't make the platform exist. The X-ray visor just makes it easier to discover. So if you have the X-ray visor, you can see that the platform appears, and you can use it then to go into this, chamber of tree? What was it called? Great Tree Chamber. Once you're in, you can get your missile expansion. This missile expansion, you are definitely going to have to earn. It is not a quick one. So it's at the furnace, and the first thing you need is a power bomb to destroy this weakened wall. There we go. Perfect. So now that we're on the track, we need to be super careful. I know I have fallen off of this many times. So for this one, it's definitely worth it to take your time and go slow. Don't rush it. So here, do a little bomb to get you up onto this. That may not have been necessary. Oh, that's not where I want to be. That is not where I want to be. Oh, that was lucky. Okay. So now, we want to watch, and there's a little bit of a shadow that you can watch to see where you're going to fall. And then you have these two. Jump up, get on here, and then you get your missile expansion. Wow. There is a lot involved with just that 5 missile expansion. We are in the watery hall again. And there is another missile expansion here that requires the gravity suit. So if you jump down here, there is a missile expansion hidden in the watery hall. That is a tough one to find. In the training chamber access, there's a super hidden missile expansion. Right here. Through these trees, very dark, there's a tunnel in here. You go through the tunnel, you get a missile expansion. Very easy to miss that one. There are a lot of missile expansions in the main plaza. This one that we're looking at right now is on the corner. It's kind of counterintuitive, but you have to circle all the way around through this access from here in order to get it. The minimum requirement to get here is right after you get the grapple beam. So you'll have all of the upgrades required up until that point. So you might have seen it, but it's just teasing you until you get the grapple beam. There is another missile expansion in the Triclops pit. You can get this one before you have the X-ray visor, if you know it's here, but it's a lot easier to do it with the X-ray visor. So you can see that here are these some hidden platforms. So you do actually hit them. So if you know that they're there, you do land on them, but they fall when you're just standing on them. So unless you have really sure feet, you know exactly where you're going, it's better just to come back when you have the X-ray. There we go. We revealed the missile expansion. You can grab it. Just like that. In the Frost Cave, there is, I believe it's a missile expansion. So what we need to do is we need to time it just right with our grapple beam. We need to come over to this side of the room. And then once we're on this side of the room, there is a access to this stalactite? Is that what it's called? Or maybe it's a big icicle. If it's rock, it looks kind of a combination of ice and rock. But it will break through that ice shield barrier. No. So you go down into the water, wherever it's cold, and you can get your missile expansion. In the gravity chamber, where you got the gravity suit, there is another missile expansion. So these big icicles can be melted away with the plasma beam, and then you can use your grapple beam to swing around and grab the missile expansion. Nice. At the Quarantine Cave, there is another expansion. So you need to come back. This is where that boss was that gave you the spider ball. But once you have the grapple beam, you want to come back and use your grapple beam, go through the tunnel, and get the missile expansion. Nice. This room is called the Quarantine Monitor. In the Phendrana shorelines, once you have the super missile, you can destroy this cordite structure. Once you destroy the cordite structure, you can scan it, and something behind the wall seems to have activated. This reveals a secret compartment. Looks like you also need the spider ball for this. There you go. Missile expansion. At the shorelines, there's a missile expansion. You're going to need the plasma beam for this one. Behind this pillar, there's a wall of ice. Melt the ice with your plasma beam and get your missile expansion. In the ice ruins east, there is a spider ball track that you can follow and get a little missile expansion. Not too bad. We are in the ice ruins east. Right here, there's a hidden wall of ice. If you use your plasma beam, you can break the ice and get a missile expansion. In the Talon overworld, in the root cave, there's a red door up here. So how to get to this red door, it doesn't seem super obvious, but the rain is actually telling you that there's something going on here. There are these invisible platforms. Pretty cool. I love how the rain is a giveaway. So if you ever go into a room with rain, there may be hidden platforms. Now, how do we get over there? Same thing? There's one. There we go. And hello, what do we have here? Just some overgrown vines, maybe. Sweet. Missile expansion. Let's go check out what that door is as well. Ooh, a double missile expansion. This one is in the arbor chamber. So there's the root cave and the arbor chamber. 2 for 1. Nice, I love that. Inside Metroid Quarantine A, there's a missile expansion. Even in the mini-map, you can see that there is an opening right here. If you use your X-ray vision, X-ray visor, you can use a power bomb to get through here. Oh, it looks like maybe you need to use 2 power bombs. Oh, interesting. Okay, good thing we have lots of power bomb expansions. You definitely do not want to fall down there, like I just did. And then, this is interesting. This might be one of the only places in the game where there's a spider ball track that's down. Okay. Now where? Is there another power bomb? Oh, we have a platform over here. Use your X-ray visor to see the rising platform. And then... aha! There you are, missile expansion. Ah, that one was pretty well hidden. Inside of Fungal Hall access, at the very bottom of this kind of elevator room, there's a missile expansion. You will get hurt if you don't have the phase-on suit, but you'll just scrape your knees a little bit, and it's well worth the missile, so you don't have to come back here later. Just take a few hit points of damage, a little bit of energy, and you get your missile expansion. In Fungal Hall B, right here, if you use your X-ray vision, you can see another missile expansion. So let's use a power bomb. See if that works. Yep, that'll work. Just like that. In Metroid Quarantine B, right here, if you use a super missile on this cordite structure, you reveal a missile expansion. Nice.